Hello everybody and welcome to Chips TV. Yes, I haven't been around for a while, which was my normal catchphrase. Just this recently it's been rather hectic and been a bit busy and a few life-changing things happened. I'm not going to go too much into that, but what I will say today is what I'm going to talk about. I went on my first ever airplane. Woohoo! That's exciting. Whoosh. Went to Jersey. What's happened? I got some new boots. Hey, new boot! Woohoo! New boot. There's the other boot. Yeah. My old boots decided to give up the ghost. In fact, the water was coming through so much, I just couldn't cope with it anymore. So I bought a new pair of boots, which were about 60 odd pound, and they're quite nice. I'm getting used to them because they're slightly thicker than the other one. So the old gear lever thing and the brake pedal. In fact, the brake pedal is probably the worst because I have to sort of tilt my heel back a bit. But I'm getting used to it now, so that's good. I've still got my cough. I still have a cough every bloody 5 minutes. That probably never change. Yeah, well done to Mr. Honda Boy CBF for getting a new camera. I do apologise for your last camera because I gave it to you. But good luck with it, and I hope you have a good time with it. And get that bike fixed. Yeah, thanks for coming up and seeing me. And Tashi Batty Rider. Yeah, it was good. Those who don't know that, but they come up and saw me. What else has happened? Ooh. Oh yes, what I'm going to talk about today is I went to Jersey, went on my plane. I'll talk about the plane ride in a minute, but I noticed a few things in Jersey actually, which you can't really mistake. Is that all the cars have got Jersey plates, have got a J, number.
When the moon shines on the cowshed and we're rolling in the hay.
And they've all got little badges on the number plates, like States of Jersey badge. We had a hire car in Jersey, so we had a red square with a white H, which means hire. Which is a good idea, I suppose. It warns people that we're not really accustomed to the customs over there with the road, which is good. And also over there, particularly the learner riders like myself, the L plates. Now the L plate is integral with the number plate, which means basically the L is inside the number plate, so you don't need these stupid sticky on things and things that fall off. It looks like you just need one for the back, which is ideal, you know. I don't want one on the front that keeps falling off all the time, but you know, anyway, that's another story. For those who regularly watch my videos know that has fallen off, and that is a brand new one now, so it's a new one, so it's twice it's happened. Anyway, I will show you a few pictures of what I mean. Hopefully when I get back to my studio I'll get the pictures sorted and it'll be on here. Also the driving in Jersey was a little bit different, I would say, a little bit different. Whole speed limit of 40 mile an hour around the whole island, which I thought, what? Hey? That was quite something, because when we landed and we got the hire car, and people know Jersey know what I mean. There's one road that was from the airport, it's like this, it's relatively big. This is big in Jersey. So I sort of put my foot down. I thought, well, I'll get to the hotel. I'm like, why isn't no one up my arse, you know, trying to pull me along, you know, push me along a bit? And it was like, oh. And it was so easy going over there. I mean, there was a few locals that were showing off with their Porsches and Ferraris and Audis and things, but yeah, we all get the numpties, don't we? And I was like, yeah, it was easy going. But then we came to a junction which said filter and turn. I'm like, what's that mean? So I stopped at the stoplight, that little line, and this car was coming to the right, and he stopped. I'm like, what are you stopping for? Eh? He stopped, and he was like waving me around. He was like waving me on, like to say, well, come on. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, what's going on here then? But in parts, some roads, some junctions in Jersey, it tells you to filter and turn. So if you're there first, you go. Doesn't matter what priority you got, you go. I'm like, hey, that was different. Mrs. Chip had a go, and she had the same thing, but she's a bit more ongoing anyway, sort of attitude. So she went. The traffic lights are in a different sequence to us over in England. For example, in Jersey it goes red, green, amber, red. It's like, oh. It was like, what's the point of having amber then? You know, might as well just go red, green. So that was interesting. But it's a lovely place, absolutely beautiful, lovely. I absolutely loved it. There was talk about going to Guernsey. I was trying to get her to go to Guernsey, but she wouldn't have it, so we didn't go. But it's nice place. That's enough about that, I think. And I'm going to talk about the flight now. Oh my goodness, the flight was amazing. Now, bearing in mind I haven't been on an airplane before in my life, and I'm 38 years old. You could say I'm a late developer, which is true. Yes. Anyway, got to Southampton Airport, and everything was sort of approaching. You know, I mean, I was like thinking, "Oh, it's happening! This is happening! Woohoo!" And then it finally hit me when I saw the aircraft sort of around the boundary perimeters of the airport. Oh shit! What have I done? Oh no! Yeah, so that sort of hit home. Anyway, so we thought, well, we've got plenty of time, so we sort of had dinner and had a few soft drinks. I didn't want any alcoholic drinks because I'd just go absolutely loopy. Anyway, so we looked at the departure board. Obviously we went through security. Security was another thing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I got frisk search on the second entry on the departure lounge. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, we got through, and basically, what just briefly, is that our plane got cancelled, and it got delayed, and the other one got delayed, and they had to get another aircraft to get us across the island. By this time, well, I was up at 6 in the morning, and we didn't get to Jersey till about 9 in the evening, and I was I was well gone. I was like, ah! Anyway, so yeah, that was quite exciting for the first flight. But going through security, I don't know what happened, but the alarm went off with the metal detector, and I got frisk search. And oh my goodness, that was it felt like I had an all-over massage. It's a shame it was a bloke, but it was like, oh, I was all limp. I don't know what to do. And of course, Mr. Chips is all used to all this, you know, malarkey, because she's well travelled and all this. I'm like, I'm like, what do I do? Because I had to take my belt off as well before I go for the bloody thing. And my trousers were nearly down my ankles, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so that was quite funny. And Mr. Chips was laughing. I'm like, don't you laugh at me, you know? Hey. Yeah, that was good. That was absolutely, no, that was part of the experience. That was quite funny. And the flight, takeoff and the landing was just immense. I absolutely loved it, and I was pretty scared. I got to say, I was at one point. I grabbed hold of Mrs. Chip's arm, and she said, "You all right?" I said, "Not really." But it was just the pure power of this aircraft. For those of you into aircraft, it was a Bombardier Dash 8 400. made by De Havilland. De Havilland, I think it's a Canadian company. Yes, I've done my research and I've ordered a model. I've ordered a sort of a miniature model of the plane, which is a bit sad, but it's just a little memento of the occasion. And for those who know the plane, or those who don't know the plane, it's a propeller driven, so it's got two propellers. And I'm like, oh my god, look at that. Anyway, so I got a window seat and I was right next to the wing, the wheel and the propeller. And I was like, oh, I was bricking it. I really was bricking it, because what was happening when we got on the plane, it was all bumpy and everything. It was all taxiing along, and the right propeller to my side was going around like the clappers. I thought, oh, this is good. This is good. This is what we need. Then I looked over to the other side through the aisle and through the window, and this side wasn't moving. I'm like, hey, shouldn't that really be going? That should be going. And we was taxiing along this, around the airport, and it was like bum 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 bum. It was really it was bouncing along. I thought, well, if it's like this down here, what's it like up there? And as we turned the corner to get to the runway, this propeller, well, the engine started with a puff of smoke. Poof, it went, and it started spinning. I thought, yes, this is what we need. This is good. And as it sort of built up speed, I thought, yeah, this is fine. This is like about 50 mile an hour. I could deal with that. Then it got quicker and quicker. Then we got to the rotate, and that was, I had to grab hold of Mrs. Chip's arm. Then as the aircraft went up, I got to do this. Whoop. Oops, shit. That'll teach me, won't it? Hi, Mr. Bus Driver. That's pretty scary actually, because he was reversing. Anyway, getting distracted. Take off, rotating, and we got to an angle where I'm thinking, where are we going? And it was, well, the front of the plane was higher than the back, and I'm like, oh my, what's happening? And we was climbing and climbing, and it was like, it's a bit like, to explain it, it's a bit like he turned the engine off. We just sort of went like that and nothing happened. I'm like, what's happening? And then we started banking round to the right. I'm like, oh my god, where are we going? Jersey's that way. I'm like, hey. Anyway, so yes, that was exciting. That's the only bit I didn't like, is when you go up. Going up's fine, but it's when you're going up and you're pointing at a 45-degree angle, and the plane isn't going anywhere. Well, it appears it's not going anywhere. It goes all quiet, and then it sort of levels out. Then then it sort of does what it needs to do. Yeah, that's the only bit I didn't like. And there was a few times coming back where I'm thinking, I want to get off this thing, because we hit a bit of turbulence coming back. And it just felt like the whole boof, it just went like that, and I'm like, oh shit, what's happening? Then before we landed, we had to go through the clouds, and yes, there was quite a bit of banging going on. I mean, the whole aircraft is going to fall to bits. Obviously it didn't, but oh my, it was just rattling and banging around, and gee, that was quite exciting. Yeah, so that was that. I would definitely do it again, definitely. But because we got delayed and everything else over a certain period, we've applied for vouchers. So we're waiting for them to come through. Then we're going to go somewhere else, hopefully. Probably just go for a ride. Oh, there. That was good. whole experience made my stomach churn, but you know, I mean, my stomach's back to normal now. But you know what I mean, you get all sort of excited and yeah. But yeah, that's my story. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Stop for me. Thank you. Well, remember, stay tuned, stay cool, because riders bike safely. And if you can get on a plane, go and do it. If you haven't done it already, go and do it, because I recommend it. Maybe a bit scary at first, but I recommend it. See you later.